Hey Canucks fans, the Canucks made a minor trade today, but one that suggests major implications. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Monday, February the 24th, also known as the NHL Trade Deadline Day. So there I was at lunch today at around 12 o'clock, and I knew that because I had this important lunch meeting that if the Canucks made a trade or if any news broke, that I wouldn't be able to vlog about it till a few hours later, which I'm doing finally right now. So I was at peace with that. I knew that was going to happen. So there I was enjoying my sushi, and one of my coworkers said, "Hey, Clay, who are some of the big names that got moved today?" So I pulled up my phone and I showed him, Pajot and Trocheck and Wayne Simmons and these other guys. And then I see at the top of the list, Zane McIntyre traded for Louis Domingue. And I had to wipe my eyes and check to make sure I was reading it correctly, that Vancouver Canucks logo next to the McIntyre's name was indeed correct. And sure enough, they had just announced that the Canucks made this trade, sending Zane McIntyre. He was a free agent that we signed July 1, 2019. This season, he split time in Utica with Michael DiPietro, traded him to the New Jersey Devils for career backup Louis Domingue. And Louis Domingue, he's got drafted 2010. By the Boston Bruins in a 5th or 6th round. He's played about 140 career games, and he's got a career goals against of 3.04, a career save percentage of 904. So 304 and 904, those are typical backup numbers, and that's what Domingue will be when he comes over to Vancouver. It's to be a backup for not just Jacob Markstrom, but for Thatcher Demko, and that's the major implication, major factor of this story. The reason why the Canucks had to trade for Louis Domingue is because Jacob Markstrom is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a knee injury. They say he suffered it in the Boston game. We also remember that spectacular collision he had in the crease in the Minnesota game. So it could have been Minnesota, could have been Boston, aggravating it, whatever it is. Jacob Markstrom looks to be out for the next 10 to 12 games. Jim Benning announced it earlier today, just after they made the trade and in justifying the trade. And it's really too bad. And we didn't read too much into it when Markstrom didn't practice with the team in Montreal. They have tomorrow's game against the Canadiens. They called it a maintenance day, and we've seen goalies and players, and skaters, but goalies especially take these maintenance days, and especially Markstrom given the year he's gone through. So no one really raised an eyebrow until we saw this trade, and now it all makes sense. Just like they brought in Toffoli to make up for Besser's absence, they're bringing Domingue as insurance behind Demko, playing now for Jacob Markstrom. So Jacob Markstrom, 3 to 4 weeks, our season's MVP so far, and it's going to be a big hole to fill. But we have a capable goalie in Thatcher Demko who's going to try and do that. Now, many people have wanted to see Thatcher Demko get an extended run of games, and we didn't want an injury to happen to Markstrom for it to happen, but now it has come to fruition, and really the ball is in Demko's court, or to put it in hockey terms, the puck is in his mitts and blocker, so to speak. Not that a puck can get stuck in the blocker, but you know what I mean. So Thatcher Demko is going to get the majority of the games for the next 3 to 4 weeks, and he's got a really good chance to show how good he is. And we know he's good. He's big, he's agile, he's positionally sound, he's efficient, he's smart. All these things, really good with his movement, and I think it's a really good opportunity for him. And you know that I like Demko. You know that the Canucks like Demko. I've talked about for many years now, the Canucks, ever since they drafted him, have had really high hopes for Demko. Even talked about him in Luongo type terms. That they were hoping he'd have that much of an impact on the team. He hasn't done so far, maybe because of lack of opportunity, but now he has an opportunity for the next 3 to 4 weeks. And here's the thing, Canucks fans, if he plays very well, imagine if he goes lights out and he wins 70 to 75% of his games and he helps propel the Canucks into the playoffs. That can actually give the Canucks more confidence when it comes to negotiating with Jacob Markstrom. Imagine that it's time to negotiate Jacob Markstrom's extension or a new contract at the end of the season. And if the Canucks and Markstrom are far apart, either on term or on money or on both term and money, if Demko plays really well, they could actually, not threaten, that's the wrong word, but they could use that as a bargaining chip from a standpoint of being okay to let Markstrom walk. Is not the best asset management, but at least playing a little bit more hardball, knowing that they have potentially a bona fide starter in Thatcher Demko. And again, Demko might not prove it until these next 3 or 4 weeks right now. So that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that Demko plays horribly, the Canucks don't make the playoffs, and now Jacob Markstrom's got a huge bargaining chip saying, look, you guys can't win without me. So this is my asking price. Take it or leave it. And then the Canucks, if they don't know if they can get another good goalie in the market, they might be forced to take it. So that's the worst case scenario. So obviously we're hoping for the best, and that Thatcher Demko plays well, that the Canucks makes the playoffs, and then it makes the Jacob Markstrom contract negotiation, even a little more interesting to follow. But we'll see. Imagine if Demko plays really well, so well that Markstrom comes back, and then Travis Green's forced with a decision to who to start in the playoffs. I'm sure it's going to be Jacob Markstrom at that point because of what Markstrom's done all year. But you do want Demko playing well, so you have confidence that if they have to pull Markstrom. Remember, Longo didn't play all those games 8 years ago. If you have to pull Markstrom, that you can have a worthy and able and ready Demko to go in his stead. So. Fascinating wrinkle to the story. Fascinating trade deadline. It wasn't the number of trades they did. It was Toffoli last week, who's added a lot, and it's of course Domingue today. But it's not so much the quantity of the trades, but rather what it suggests, the implications, the ramifications that it has for the team, and that is we are going to be all without our MVP, our starting goaltender, Jacob Markstrom, for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Canucks fans, tell me how you're feeling. Are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you excited? Are you optimistic? You think Demko can handle it, or do you think he's going to buckle under the pressure? Do you agree with me that this could have actually a direct bearing on the contract talks for Jacob Markstrom in a few months? And I would love to know your thoughts on this. And it caught a lot of people off guard, just like the Pearson for Goodbranson trade did last trade deadline. But this one caught a lot of people off guard, and now we know why. Jacob Markstrom out for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Canucks fans, leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. You can talk about this or any of the other trades that took place in the NHL, not only today, but over the past week. But let's focus on Canucks here, because that's what I know the best. Tell me what you think of this trade. McIntyre for Domingue and Thatcher Demko thrust in the starting position for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Enjoy the day. God bless. Go Canucks go.